Hey guys, this is with another Adobe After Effects CS6 tutorial. This time we're going to be talking about position on the graph editor because it's different than any of the other values here. So it won't be the same as rotation because it has different coordinates. So let's get started here. I'm going to click on position and go into the graph editor, and let's see what my settings are. Okay. Now you can see that there are two different colored lines here. One is for the x-axis and one is for the y values. X values and y values. As I hover over, you can see that green is y and x is red. And this will always be the same. It's not going to change color. And then if you have the position in 3D, you can can make this 3D by clicking on the on this little cube here, this 3D cube, and it adds the Z value, which is represented by blue. Now you can't edit these X, Y, and Z's in the graph editor, but you can edit the speed, which is this white line here. And that's how you'll be editing the position values. You gotta edit the position values up here in the comp. So if I edit this, then you can see how the graph changes. You can see that the green line will lower or dip or whatever I do to if I move it. So that's pretty much how you read that graph. You can tell in pixels where the position is by holding over the line in the graph editor. And that's just a quick intro to position keyframes, and I'll get more into them later because position is probably one of the harder things to learn how to make realistic. There's different types of keyframes that we can go over in the future about making your position look a little nicer and how to edit the graph to make your position keyframes look nicer and have a nice, smooth, realistic animation. So looking forward to teaching you guys that in a future tutorial. I will see you guys later, and make sure you guys have a good weekend. Hey guys, what's going on? Here with another After Effects tutorial. I am going to teach you about hold keyframes today, and I made like a little animation right here so I could explain what it was. But basically, a hold keyframe is used if you want to start and stop your animation but not have a motion path in between. So you just want maybe this tuna can to appear in the corner and then maybe appear in the other corner without moving. So I made a quick preview so you guys can see it, and this is what I'm talking about here. So this is what hold keyframes can do. So the way that you can do that is basically by using hold keyframes. It's pretty simple. So the hold keyframe can be found in the animation keyframe assistant, or select a keyframe, animation, toggle hold keyframe, and the hotkey is Control-Alt-H. But I know a better hotkey. You can hold Control and Alt and click on the keyframe, and it will change it to a hold keyframe. So I'll just animate this other tuna that I have here, and that way I can explain it and show it to you guys at the same time. So let's start at 0, and we'll put the tuna up here in the corner, and P for position. Click on my stopwatch. I'll move to ahead 1 second, and I'll move down here. And I'll go to the next second here and just move it somewhere else. Okay, now all I gotta do is select all the keyframes, Control Alt click, and there you go. You can also right click and there should be a toggle hold keyframe there also. So now if we look at the animation, it's starting and just appearing around. So something that some people do that is actually kind of wrong and produces a glitch in After Effects is doubling up keyframes. So I'll show you what I mean real quick. So we'll take that off and we're gonna copy this first keyframe here, which is I'll select it, selecting the scale and everything. I gotta get off and I'll hit U just to bring up my position keyframes. Select the keyframe, hit edit, copy, or Control C. Now I'm gonna hit K to get to the next keyframe. Then I'm gonna hit page up to go back one frame and paste the keyframe that I copied. Now you can see how it's kind of like jacked up looking. And then we'll do the same thing with this keyframe. Copy, hit K, page, come down in here. I'll hit K to go to the next keyframe, page up to go back, edit. Did I not copy it? Edit. Yeah, apparently I didn't copy it. Oh man. Control Z because I accidentally just deleted that. Edit, copy, and then edit, paste. Okay, there we go. So essentially it does the same thing, but when you go to render, it's going to produce a glitch and your animation isn't going to look correct. It doesn't show it on this screen, but it's a common mistake that happens, and you'll see it in forums every once in a while. People asking, why is this happening? Everything looks good. So there's your explanation there for that. So don't do this. This is the way not to go. So you want to, I'll delete them so we don't have to see them anymore. And there we go. And you just want to do the hold keyframes. So if you get to the end here, to the last keyframe, and say I want to make a motion path that actually moves on the next keyframe, I'll go here, and then I'll move this, give you a preview real quick. This square is also a hold keyframe. If the keyframe before was linear, it will turn into the left arrow. If it wasn't, it'll turn into this square, which is the same thing for a hold. But as you can see, it didn't create. Let's change it to a regular keyframe. As you can see here, it doesn't do what we want it to do. So what you have to do is copy this keyframe, edit, copy, and we'll say we'll just put the keyframe right here, edit, paste, make it a regular keyframe, and now it'll move. See, there you go. So that's how you continue out of a hold keyframe. You paste the hold keyframe and change it into a normal keyframe. And that's it for holding keyframes. They are pretty useful nowadays. You see a lot of animations where stuff just pops in and out all the time, and that's how they do it. So hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. We'll see you back on the next one.